Hello everyone, it's Pat at Beads and Plenty More, and today I'm going to show you how to make these two pairs of earrings with the wire and gemstone. This one has the turquoise bead at the bottom, the teardrop shape, and then it's got a carnelian bead here, and then we've hooked it into a shepherd hook. For this one I used a lightweight wire, a 24 gauge wire, and I cut, for the 24 gauge wire, I cut 15 centimeters. And this one, with the little S hooks, I used a heavier wire, a 20 gauge wire, and then I used a little bead, 4mm bead at the bottom here, just to add a bit of color. And these, of course, you want to go the opposite direction, so that one would sit, they'd sit right on each side of the head, on the ears. So let's put this pair aside, and I'm going to work on the teardrop one first. I've got a teardrop here, and I'm going to put an amethyst bead on the top. I've cut my 15 centimeters of 24 gauge wire, and I'm going to put it through the top of this bead. We'll just move these out of the way a little bit so that we have more space here. And I'm going to center this up, bring them up together at the top, and then pinch these in so that they match up to the point of the teardrop. Bend that side and bend that side. 24 gauge wire you can manipulate with your fingers quite easily. It's not that stiff. So then we've got these two, and I'm going to put the amethyst bead onto both wires. Bring it down. Separate the wires here and bring one down, and it's going to wrap around at this point here. So we'll bring this guy nicely down the side of the wire, of the wire down the side of the bead, like that. And then we'll wrap this one round and round. So I always like to have a little extra wire because it's so much easier to wrap when you have a little bit extra length. It can get a good hold on the wire. If it's too short, it doesn't tend to wrap really nicely. So there we are. We'll leave that sticking out so that it's ready to cut off. And then this one, I'm going to wrap into a double circle so that I can have a strong hook into my shepherd hook. So we're going to go about to there, bring this around, and put it where I want. Reset the pliers, bring it around again, like that. And then this one's going to wrap at this point. I like to leave the pliers in when you're doing your wrap because it will hold your circles nice and snug. So there we go, got my wraps there, and we'll just tuck these together a little bit. Now I want them to face this way, so we just take the pliers and turn them like that. You don't have to do it especially shape that way, just turn it when you need it. Okay, so now we'll just clip off these excess wires. And then I'll use the chain nose to tuck that little tail. There, that one's that one. I'm going to tuck this one. And now since I have a closed loop here, when I hook on the earring wire, it's going to have to open at the wire because I don't have an opening circle here. That's not a problem. Just hook on and close this back up nice and tidy. So there, another choice of earrings made with the teardrops. So this one needs a little bit more tuck to get rid of that wire. There we are. Okay, so let's make these ones now with the 20 gauge wire. I've cut two lengths of 8 centimeters of the 20 gauge wire, and to make those S hooks I'm going to use the memory wire pliers that have the even barrels. That way we don't have to worry about the tapered ones on the round nose pliers. Will make two different sizes. So these ones being the same will make it all the same size. Okay, so get a good hard grip there and wrap around to make the big circle for the bottom. And Then we need to even these guys up at the top. And so we're going to make a smaller circle at the top. So just bring that around like so. Just try and keep them together so that we have it. And I'll hook the smaller one in so that we can bring it around a little tighter. And again, the smaller one at the bottom here. Oh, come on, don't fall apart. There we are. Turn these around so I have the smaller one using to make this again. Okay, so that's kind of the start of it. And then we need to make an actual closed loop here and a closed loop here so that the pieces don't fall off the edge. So that's very important, and same with the little bead at the bottom. So I go back to the round nose pliers to make that little circle. So bring that in and then just circle it into a nice tight circle. There we are. And then this one has to be a closed loop so that my shepherd hook doesn't fall off this edge. I lost my circle there, so we'll just tidy it up with these pliers. Okay, so then we're going to hook shift that a little bit. We're going to hook the little bead into the bottom part here, and I use a head pin for that. And the head pin will go through the 4mm bead I'm using at the bottom here. And these are navy cat's eye that I chose. There we are. The bright lights, they shine on the bead and it's hard to see the hole. Now tilt it over like so, and then we'll we'll cut. Be sure to hold when you cut with heavy wire, it snaps. And then the round nose pliers will make a nice circle for hooking on. So we'll get that almost closed, just leave it open a touch so that I can hook it into the little loop that I made down here. There we are. Bring it around and then back with my round nose pliers to close that up totally. Okay, so then that gets the little bead in the bottom swinging nicely. And I'm going to just touch up this top circle. It doesn't look like as nice as my original one, so we'll just give it a little bit more of a circular look and then bring it in. So then with this earring, I'm going to attach the earring wire at the top. And we'll just open those ear wires, and the wrong side, this one. And don't forget this type of earring, we do want the circle, the S shape to go the opposite direction for one ear and then the other. So there's our little earring made with the darker bead. Okay, have fun with your wire and beads, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.